we just staying with it for 1 second, a little bonus time here. Brittany didn't expect that she would be with the president. Rasheen probably didn't expect he was going to be on a gubernatorial commission. Did you expect that you might voluntarily go to jail? And jail is probably the wrong word. Be detained at a federal courthouse. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, at some point in this movement, these are the moments that you know you're going to have to kind of face, and without it dramatizes the challenge that we face. Quite frankly, it's the reason why we do this, and you can't follow the kind of leaders that we have seen grow up in this movement without emulating and imitating their actions and drawing attention to situations the way with that kind of sacrifice. I mean, the stakes are raised on what leadership really is, and you know, my work in this didn't start on November 18th. So I was with young people, following them in the street, caring for them until 3 in the morning by standing on the police line because police sometimes acted a little better when there was clergy there. So you can't stand and see all that and be exposed to that and expect people to continue to make the sacrifice for your suffering.
And speaking of the rate of change, I mean, both of you had been on this show prior to August 9th. Are things moving at a different pace? Or are things in the public conversation in a way that you would have expected? I don't know. Maybe my standards are too low.
I don't know if I would have expected it, but I do think that the rate of change has increased, right? I mean, there was recent polling saying that white Americans would now say that structural racism, more white Americans than ever before would say that structural racism is an issue in America. But I think both the points that Starsky and Rasheen just made really bring this back to what is central for me, which is love, right? People often view our movement as hating the police or hating entire systems of government, and that's really not what it's based on. It's about love for one another. It's about love for ourselves, our dignity. When we talk about hope for young people, we have to show them love, right, and embrace all of the power that they bring into these spaces and support and love them. And so, you know, when we talk about that at the end of our actions, when we talk about that in our meetings, when we talk about the relationships and the family that has been built over the last 365 days, a very diverse family that's been built, it's really about love and the decision to ensure that people respect our dignity and that I can look at you and you can look at me and we can see each other's humanity and behave as such. So yeah, I think that's the most important piece of all of this.
What I didn't expect a year ago is that on Twitter, Brittany would call me her woe.
Wait, I gotta learn something new. Yeah, I gotta.
Yes. Like okay. So you have to ask Drake what a woe is. Woe is short for Wodies.
I'm sorry, I'm being told "woe" in my ear right now.
But Starsky is my woe. Rasheen is my woe. So many people that I never would have known a year ago. Those are all of our woes. That's our family, right? And we are in this until we can ensure that this family is continuously respected, that our lives are secure, and that we can live this American dream that we've heard so much about.